It was designed not only to teach James, but it was designed to teach someone how to kind of think about Scripture in a way that can be transferred over into more of a teaching environment like that. So we have several, yes, to answer your question, we have several things like that in our STEP program. We're working to incorporate more and more of that, but that is certainly one of our goals, is to equip people not only with knowledge, but with skill to be able to teach and stuff like that through that venue. So yes, absolutely. Yes, sir.
3 questions.
Yes.
What's your failure rate?
Our what?
What's y'all's failure rate?
Failure rate, meaning like students who come in and then aren't able to graduate? I don't know off the top of my head. You have to remember, I did just start recently. Part of it at this point is we are working more and more, especially that's one of the things, frankly, that I'm working on right now that I've come in as Dean of Students and other things. I am working to streamline our recruitment process, and they don't make it because of that. So I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, I think about like the last graduating class, I think pretty much everybody that started with that class graduated. But I know there was another class that several of them figured out midway. They were like, I'm just going to do the associates and stop there kind of thing. So I don't have an exact figure, but that's a good question. We're working to make sure that on the front end, there is more of a expectation set so that people who come into the program, we're not interested in bringing warm bodies into students, right? We're interested in people who are at that spiritual maturity level to where they are going to benefit from the program. So, yes. But your next question?
I'm just going to cut it down.
Okay.
The evangelists.
Yes.
When y'all do that, you take them out.
Yes.
You get them to do that. Like our congregation, do we have to give y'all a heads up?
Yeah, so that would be something you would contact the school. Usually it would be either me or Heath. I think it's going to kind of transfer over to me, and I need to check on that. But Heath historically, Heath Stapleton has been kind of running that, and I'm going to be brought in on that too. But you would just contact one of us, even if you want to talk to me afterward or whatever, and we can kind of see if we can schedule something out. But yes, that would be something. You just contact us and we can kind of schedule. Okay. Yes, very good questions. Who else has a question? We've got a couple more minutes. It varies. So for example, we've had classes anywhere from like 5, 9, 7, usually somewhere in that range. Part of the reason why that's kind of the number right now, again, we are at a stage where we are starting to be able to actually bring in more full-time people. We're actually being able to, streamline some of our processes. We haven't had the manpower. Really, we've had like one person doing recruiting for a long time now. Now we have like 3 of us doing like recruiting and putting, getting our name out there more. A lot of people just don't know about our school. And so that's part of the thing is just in this last year or so, we're really starting to crank up our recruitment and stuff like that. So right now, I would say average is probably like, 6, 7, something like that. But that's also part of what we're working on is building up that recruiting process. Yes?
So what is total enrollment?
Total enrollment? So, like I said, usually, so right now, we actually, that class that just, that I mentioned that several of them decided we're just going to do the 1-year program, they chose to be associates. So right now, we just have the class that just came in. So we have 5 right now. We have a bunch that are going to come in next year. So it just kind of fluctuates. So, but yeah, so total enrollment usually is somewhere in the, 12 to 15 kind of range, depending. So, but yeah, good question. Anybody else? Is that my bell? Yeah. All right. Well, perfect time for that. Thank you all so much. If you do have any more questions, please feel free. I'll be around, of course, to talk more later.